on divorce court today. When they met, he was a professional wrestler and she was a fan. But now their common law marriage has hit the mat. Johnny thinks Theresa has a roving eye, and she says he has become a pudgy bump on a log. Johnny Watts and Theresa Jennings have brought their dispute for Judge Lynn Toler to resolve. Testimony in divorce court starts now.
Mr. Watts, Ms. Jennings, you have been married in common law for 6 years in the state of Texas. You do not want to be that way anymore. You, Mr. Watts, say that you have trouble trusting Ms. Jennings. Why don't you tell me where those trust issues come from?
Well, Your Honor, if you don't mind, I'd like to go all the way back to how we first met.
Okay.
And how all this began. I met her at I dabble in pro wrestling part-time.
Okay.
So we did a benefit show for my grandmother.
What's your name?
I go by Johnny Blade.
Johnny Blade.
Blade, B-L-A-D-E, yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Matter of fact, I have a picture here of myself when I was the champ back in 2003.
Oh, good for you, Johnny Blade.
I guess I'm just not the champion in her heart anymore, Your Honor.
Did you meet him while he was wrestling?
Yes, ma'am.
Is that true?
Yes.
You met him while, tell me the rest of the story.
Well, we met at the benefit, and things were great at first for a while, and the trust issues they started when I got suspicious one night. She went to her cousin's house, she said. But I found out years later that she actually went to her ex-boyfriend's house. And then I found out it was probably 3 years afterwards that they were intimate, that she did admit that to me. And I had a major problem with that. I kind of flipped my lid on that. Mm-hmm. And it just hasn't been right since then.
But you were still dating at the time, were you not?
Well, guilty as charged, yes, ma'am.
You found out about it 5 years later, maybe?
No, well, maybe 3 or 4. But, I was hoping that the feelings would go away. I was hoping that I could maybe not feel this way and develop some trust. And it didn't. It didn't happen. And, the trust issues, they just went downhill.
Was that precipitated solely by your finding out that she had done that early on in your relationship, or has she been doing other stuff that makes you wonder what she's up to?
There was another episode that happened. She was a home health nurse, and I'm telling you right now, she admitted to me the day that I was going to propose to her. I took her out for her birthday 3 years ago. That day, I was told that the guy that she took care of, she kissed him.
No, he kissed me.
Well, it takes two to kiss.
No,
okay,
it doesn't really.
Told you.
Well,
so seriously, if they were kissing, it takes two. But someone can turn around and kiss you, and it can be unwelcomed.
Well,
and I came home and told you straight away, so you would trust me.
Well, I understand, but
what happened?
I was at work one day. Like you said, I was a home health nurse, and he had said something to me. My patient had said something to me, and I turned around to ask him what he said, and he kissed me.
I object.
And I put...
But now, Blade, you can't object, but I will hear you in a moment. Go ahead.
And I pushed him away. I gathered my stuff, and I went home for the day.
Mr. Watts, your response?
It's just the trust thing. She's on Facebook all the time.
What's happening on Facebook? Is she flirting with people, sending instant messages that aren't cool?
Actually, I'm not going to go that far and say that. I don't think she's doing that. I don't think she's doing that.
Have.
But no, I have not.
Yes.
Well, I'm going to ask you about that momentarily.
No, we don't have to talk about that.
We're going
to talk about what I want to talk about.
Yes,
and what I want to talk about is
yes, ma'am.
What are your concerns with respect to her conduct on social media?
She's on there all the time, always on there, have to post her little statuses and have to talk to people and just troll Facebook, and it drives me insane.
So this isn't really a trust issue. This is an issue of that, she's just spending too much time doing other things and not, engaged in a relationship with you.
That's part of it. That's not the sole issue. The trust thing, the cheating.
Right, no, but I'm just saying with respect to the internet, that is your issue, that she just spends too much time on.
Oh, yes, ma'am.
So are you so involved in your e-life that you don't have a real life?
No, ma'am, and to be honest with you, this one is on social media more than I am. I'm surprised he even was able to put his phone down long enough to do this show. okay? He is on it 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Are you on it a lot?
I'm on it sometimes. I mean, I call my mother and check in every once in a while. And
We're not talking about phone calls. We're talking about internet acting.
internet act, okay.
And
well,
social
I mean,
media.
And your gambling that you do.
Hey,
What's he doing? Where's he gambling?
Offshore betting accounts. And he's on the phone all the time looking up games, looking up lines, making his bets. It's all the time, all the time.
Mr. Watts, she sounded pretty credible over there.
I gamble a little bit. Every once in a while, everybody has their, their hobbies. And I like
It's
to play.
more than a hobby when
I
you've
like to-
lost our place to live.
Well, that didn't.
Ms. Jennings, why don't you tell me about that?
We had moved into a house, and he came home one day and told me we didn't have the money to pay the rent. And I said, why? And he said, because he gambled it away.
Did you gamble away the rent money?
No, I think I went and bought her a gift or something that day.
Yeah.
Or something. I may have.
You
I'll be
don't
honest with
buy
you. I
me
probably
gifts.
have one time.
Mr. Watts, you're not doing yourself any
No,
favor
ma'am,
with
I'm
your
not.
jokes because it's killing you.
It is.
It's just killing
maybe
you.
I did. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, you
that
did. You
particular-
gambled away the rent money.
Most of it, I would say.
Yeah.
I would say it was a mistake. But I've never. But for the record, Your Honor, I've never cheated.
I have caught you cheating. Thank you.
You've caught him cheating?
Yes,
No.
ma'am, I have.
When did you catch him cheating?
She's talking about Facebook. Your Honor.
It was on social media. He where he works, he's on call, and he happened to leave the home to go do a job, and I seen his phone laying there, and something told me to pick it up, so I did. What I found was him messaging some Yahoo girl, I don't even know who she is, I've never seen her a day in my life, talking about getting her and her kids into wrestling shows for free, and talking about wanting to meet up and have sex, and I'm not about that. I did it in the past, and I made it correct, and I apologized, and I let him know what happened.
Can I say this just in general, because I'm not going to fuss at you anymore?
Sure.
Right now. I'm not making any guarantees for later, but for both of you, I would say this. The internet is a very dangerous place. Not just because you can run into bad people or whatever, but it can kind of absorb you. And it can do so in a manner that keeps you from actively pursuing your own life. Marriage is hard enough, and finding time to be married and to maintain that marriage is difficult enough. And it's so easy. People online, they don't mess up your bedroom. They haven't gambled away the rent. They're absolutely perfect. Now, they're gambling away somebody else's rent money, but not yours. And so it's easy to be brought into a life that seems a whole lot better than it ever could really be. So, be careful with that in general.
Next, has Johnny really gone soft and lazy? Plus, did Teresa's client kiss ruin their intimate relationship? Have you been living together for years but find that splitting up is as complicated as divorce? Call toll-free at 1-877-311-2222 or visit our website at divorcecourt.com. Become a fan at facebook.com/divorcecourt. Real people, real conflict, real judgments. Divorce Court continues.
Mrs. Jennings, you accuse Mr. Watts of being lazy.
Yes,
Explain that to me.
Well, it starts, from cooking to cleaning, which every woman does, and that's fine. But it goes as far as...
Hey.
It goes as... It goes as far as I have to lay out his clothes before he takes a shower. I cook and clean for him. I bring it to him. If I did not bring him his food and water, he would die of starvation and thirst.
Well, you don't eat it. Do you eat in the bedroom, or you don't eat at the table?
Most of the time, I sit on the couch, watch TV, and eat. But she's right about all of that.
No, we don't sit down as a family like we should at a table and eat.
Well, let me ask you this. Do you feel like you're a little bit of a couch potato lazy, and that, you're on the phone with the computer, with the Facebook, with the gambling. She's bringing you meals in front of the TV. It's not painting a really good picture.
No, it really isn't, Your Honor. I mean, you've got a horrible person standing right here in front of you right now, I guess.
I didn't say you were horrible. I said it's not a good picture.
Yes, ma'am. Based off what she said, though, and yes, I'll be the first to admit I have some laziness in me. I've gotten lazy.
I have to beg you to take the trash out.
but I
Which
take it
every
out.
man should
Ms.
do.
Jennings, Mr. Watts, go right ahead, sir.
I've been lazy, so I could probably work on that. My laziness. I could probably work on, you know, maybe we could have done more things together, take her out more.
Well, let's move on, Mr. Watts, because you say you're not getting enough sex. Is that accurate?
Yes, ma'am. That's accurate.
Gently and lightly tell me about that.
I'll be as PG as I can here, Your Honor. I mean, you know, it used to, of course, when we first got together, awesome. You know, 2, 3, 4 times a day. Then a week, you know, and then now if I'm lucky if it's once a week, you know. But hey, I guess if she's not attracted to me anymore, I can't really fault her for that. You
It's
know?
not that, it's the things that you do that make me not attracted to you and make me not want to. Why should I do something that you want and reward you when you're not doing right?
Calm down. For the record, she admits it.
Hang on. Do you think that her absence of ardor towards you is a function of her not being attracted to you anymore?
I feel that way. Yes, ma'am.
You gained some weight since the wrestling days.
I would say I put on a few pounds.
Do you think that's what it is?
I do. I do. I think any normal individual is going to feel that way. But yes, I
don't know. Do you think that, Mrs. Jennings? Is it that his physical appearance?
No, Your Honor, I love big guys, okay? So,
Because you were a big guy
I mean,
when she met you.
You know, so that has nothing to do with it. It's the things that he does as far as being lazy and being so childish about just anything and everything in the world that he can find to be childish about. I mean,
Well, you have to give me some examples.
downright from him accusing me of cheating when it's been 2 years since anything like that has happened. I mean, just I'll want to go to my mom's house and, oh, you can't go over there, you're going to cheat. I'm going to visit my mother, okay, or going to help my mother clean my grandma's house. Oh, well, what do I know you're doing over there? Come with me if you think I'm doing something. Come with me. But he never does. And then when I get home, he's moaning and complaining that, oh, you cheated.
When divorce court continues, have Johnny's constant accusations driven Theresa over the edge and out of their marriage?
Do you agree with Theresa that the kiss she got from a patient was innocent and Johnny needs to get over it? Call 1-800-282-1991 to vote now and see if America agrees with your opinion. You'll also receive some valuable offers. Call now.
If you would like your case heard on divorce court, call us toll-free at 1-877-311-2222 or log on to our website at divorcecourt.com and join the conversation on Twitter at Divorce Court. Divorce Court continues.
You feel really stressed, don't you, by the constant accusations of cheating? I could hear it in your voice.
Yes, ma'am. I mean, it hurts, you know, because I haven't done anything like that in a long time, so it does hurt, but I can't change it. I can't make him trust me, and that's part of the reason I'm here, because I don't want to split up. I want to work this out, I really do, but I can't if he's going to continue with the accusations.
How constant are the accusations? Is it every once in a while, or it's anywhere you go and anything you do?
Almost every day, at least once a day.
Mr. Watts, I think she really loves you.
Yes, ma'am, and it's. I'll be honest. It's a shame that we had to come on this show for me to realize how much I've hurt her here, and
I think you're jovial, Mr. Watts. I think you're kind of kidding and funny a lot, and all of that, and I know that. But I just want you to be a little bit serious right here, which is you don't really think she's cheating, do you?
in the back of my mind, most of the time, no. Now, there's been a couple of occasions where I thought, but for the most part, no, I don't.
You know, because you can get in the habit of saying things when you don't really mean them, you know? And you got to say this, though, Miss Jenny, he's got some for a time after finding out you cheated like that. He will have legitimate concerns, and you buy that, honestly, when you cheat on somebody.
But the first time I cheated was a week into our relationship. I wasn't sure what I wanted.
Oh,
I
that's not a cheat. That's a rough transition.
I had been with this guy.
I get that. Oh, I see what you're trying to tell me.
It was really a month and a half after, but still, you've been together 7 years.
You dating somebody and you're gonna give him up. Saying sometimes, ooh,
And
it's just a rough transition.
And
I get it.
It's been almost 7 years since I have done anything like that. I don't feel that I should still be getting accused of it.
Mr. Watts, are you just in the habit of accusing her?
I guess it has become a habit, unfortunately.
Because it doesn't seem real to me. Even when you're talking to me about it, you don't seem really concerned about it. You're just kind of saying it.
I am concerned about it. I've been concerned about it. Ever since the time to kiss with her patient, that I flew over. No.
You're killing me. You're killing me with that.
Well, that was the most recent one, so that's the one that I'm reflecting back on.
But that wasn't her cheating. That you can walk down the street and be a woman, and some guy cops a feel. I mean, it happens. But it does happen, though. I mean, women can be assaulted sexually very easily.
Sure.
You know what I mean? And you can't blame her.
I wasn't there, so no. If that's what happened, what she said, no, ma'am.
You know what I think? I think if you got up off the couch, became interesting again, that you would be less concerned about what she may or may not be doing when she's not with you. I think you've lost respect for yourself. And in having done that, you believe that she has lost respect for you too. And instead of fixing that hole you have inside, you've decided to pick at her to calm your concerns. Did I get it right?
That's quite possible, Your Honor. That sounds fair.
Judge Lynn Toler's ruling next. Divorce Court. Judge Lynn Toler's ruling right now.
If Miss Jennings does walk away from you at this juncture, you are asking to maintain possession of a car, a Pontiac, correct?
Correct.
Why don't you tell me why you should keep possession of that car?
Because I bought it, it's mine.
Your Honor, can I say what
bottom
car?
line.
He happened to gamble that away too.
You don't have it?
No.
You don't have it?
I forgot to mention, it got repossessed. She could have it.
Oh, yeah.
Mr. Watts, I like you. You know what I mean? You're real wrong 9 ways from Sunday. You're confused and all of that, but I like you, so I'm going to try to help you out a little bit.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Your wife hurts over here.
Yes, ma'am.
You say it in a joking fashion, all this, that, and the other, but you're berating her every day for something she just didn't do. And I think that you need to fulfill your own life a little more so you can let her breathe. She loves you, and when somebody you love is always saying something negative to you and always saying you're cheating, you're just beating her up, you're just chipping away at her piece by piece, day by day, and it's difficult to withstand that. It's difficult to love that, and it most certainly is difficult to have sex with it. It's just, you've got to earn her love back because you've eaten her alive. It matters what you think of her. It's the most important measure of her esteem is you. And you're telling her she's no good, she's a cheater and a liar, and that's not even true. You with me?
I'm with you, yes, ma'am. You're right.
So what you gonna do when you leave here? Blade?
Well, I'll try to work it out with her if she'll be willing to do that. That's what I'd like to do.
No, not try to work it out.
I will not accuse her of cheating anymore.
And
I'll be more loving towards her, more nourishing.
get up off the couch,
Get off the
go
couch.
sit at the table with her and eat food. Tell her it was good. Hold her hand while you're eating. There's a whole lot of definitive stuff you can do to make her feel wanted.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you gonna do that?
Yes, I will. I will do that.
Since I can't give you a phantom car that no longer exists, all I can do is say this matter is adjourned. There will be no recovery. It is so ordered.
Johnny agrees with the judge that he has to put the cheating accusations aside and spend time every day with Theresa to repair their relationship. Post a comment or submit your case at divorcecourt.com or call toll-free 1-877-311-2222. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter at Divorce Court.